Pokemon TCG rotation has finally been announced. It's been decided whether it's going to take place before or afterwards. As you can see to the side of me, we are going to get onto that. There are also some restricted cards. So not only some of the cards can't actually be used. Now, they're not cards that are going to have any impact. I don't think I've ever seen any of these played. Dark Sylveon may be the closest. But none of these are really going to affect play. We will go through them anyway. We will talk a little bit about when rotation is going to happen. We'll start with that. Obviously, that's a big one. That's probably why you've clicked on here. The decision has come from Pokemon to make rotation after Worlds and actually not even this year. So not only is the metagame going to stay the same, we are going to get Pokemon Go just before Worlds. Lost Origins won't be in time, so won't be playable. I don't know how much Pokemon Go is going to affect the metagame. I would love to see something like Magikarp make a splash. Pun intended. Other than that, I can't really think what would have any impact. Maybe Mewtwo. Mewtwo always has some impact, so that could be interesting. Maybe some of the Radiant Pokemon. Maybe Radiant Charizard brings back Fire Decks. I don't know. It will be interesting to see if any of that has an impact. But all we know for sure is deregulation is still going to be legal for World. So we're still going to see a ton of Inteleon, Quick Balls, all the stuff that makes lists so consistent at the minute. I'm kind of torn, honestly. Let me know in the comments because I do really want to hear your opinions. Should it have been before or after Worlds? I do think at this point, there's not really that long left before Worlds. So I kind of get why. But at the same time, I think stuff like Inteleon, Quick Ball is good. We kind of need something like that in format. But for me, Inteleon makes things, I don't want to say too easy because obviously they're still skill-based in the decks they're played and stuff. But it makes deck building easier. It makes just throwing cards in, being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. And Pokemon has always been that to some extent. You can always get your strategy off in Pokemon. It's why I like the game so much. I don't know. I think Inteleon pushes that slightly too far. And I would have enjoyed seeing a metagame where it's down to drawing cards and still finding what you need, but just not everything that you need at all times. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think they've made the right decision here, but I'm kind of bored of Inteleon at this point. So that's my view on it. Like I say, let me know yours down in the comments below. I think when it eventually happens, it's more going to be an impact of stuff like Quick Ball and some of those more important trainer cards. It's going to be interesting. Stuff like Twin Energy leaves as well, which has made a lot of single prize decks viable. Not really sure if Zoroark's going to be as good. Obviously, we've got the Turbo one as well. I can't even remember what it's called. Every time I forget. I want to say double colorless, but it's not. The one that minuses 20 damage, it's not quite as good. It does mean you can run stuff like Eldegoss and Shenanigans there, which I may have to do now. But yeah, there's a few that are leaving. I won't go through every card. Anything with D is going to leave, so it will be E onwards. But they haven't given a specific date. They've just said it's going to be after Worlds and also next year. Which leads me on to my next point. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but we do know Japan normally rotates. So I think it's January. I'm not sure of the exact date, but it's around that period, January, February. So there is a chance that we line up with Japan and how they rotate, which I think could be kind of cool. I think we do always get to see their metagame before ours. It'd be cool to have it all happen at once. There'll be a lot less net decking and stuff from deck scene over there. It wouldn't impact the meta as much, obviously. We can see their lists ahead of time. People probably try and work it out from that. So yeah, there's a lot of drawbacks. There's a lot of good stuff. If we end up being in the same rotation as Japan, I would take that as a huge win. Obviously, our sets themselves won't release at the same time, so there'll be some discrepancies there. But just in terms of rotation, that could be quite cool. There's a lot to be excited for. This is a really interesting announcement. I'm excited to see how big of an impact it's going to have. Obviously, we've got internationals and stuff coming up. So that is going to be the same metagame we see in Worlds, other than, like I say, Pokemon Go. So I'm very interested to see if Pokemon Go has an impact at all. I do think there's a few cards that could. There's stuff like Ditto. I do think Magikarp maybe. Sounds ridiculous, but I don't know. I think with stuff like Zigzagoons and Inteleons, it probably won't, but it would be very cool to see it have any kind of placement. Then outside of that, we've got, like I say, Mewtwo's, Radiants. There's a few item cards or trainers we could see used, so yeah. It could be an interesting set. Let me know in the comments if you think Pokemon Go will have any impact. But basically, that's the rotation news. We know it's after Worlds. We know I guess we don't know. We're assuming it's the start of the year. So it does mention down here, for the last few years, the Pokemon TCG standard rotation format has occurred in either August or September. However, the next rotation will occur until early 2023. So that probably means January to March, I would assume, sometime in there, which lines up with Japan. So it would make sense. But obviously, there's been no confirmation. That's not official. It's just sort of people's thoughts online and my thought as well, honestly. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. There's no reason not to take advantage of that. So that's my thought on that. Yeah, but like it goes on to say, the exact date for the next Pokemon TCG standard formation will be announced later. So it's not happened yet. There's no official announcement. So ignore anything you see online. Yeah, it's still yet to come. To keep an eye out for that. But interestingly, a handful of cards, or a couple of handfuls, have been banned. Now, the reason it gives, some cards from the Sword and Shield series were not distributed worldwide. In the spirit of a fair global event, the following cards will not be legal for play in the World Championships. Like I say, none of these have shown any impact in the metagame. So it's a really strange decision. I don't know if they maybe saw something come in. I'm not really sure what, but it's basically Special Delivery Pikachu, the On The Ball collection, Special Delivery Bidoof, Lance's Charizard V, and Dark Sylveon V. A few pictures of them up here. But yeah, it's a strange one. Especially as that leads the article. Yeah, I'm not really sure on that one. Maybe there's something I've missed. Maybe there's something you guys can let me know down below. I'm not really sure. It makes sense why they're banned, I think. Having that fair playing field is good. If the cards were more important, everyone would be screaming for it to happen. So I think consistency is key here. And they've gone and done it anyway, which I think is smart. Like I say, I don't think any of these are going to have a huge impact. But yeah, consistency obviously very important at the highest level. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. We've got bans, we've got rotation announced. We finally know where the game is going and when it's going there. It's going to be interesting to see the metagame next year, especially so early. I would assume after Worlds, people are going to start playtesting as if rotation is hit anyway. But yeah, I might get started on that as soon as possible. I'm not going to be playing at Worlds. I'm not going to be playing in any events until then, I wouldn't think. And yeah, so yeah, plenty of time to playtest, plenty of time to get ready for the next rotation, which will be 2023. And as we know of yet, only early 2023. No other information. Ignore what else you see online. Hopefully this has been some help. Hopefully if you've not seen it, it's been brought to your attention. That's all I've got for this episode. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see any more Pokemon content. There's some TCG stuff coming up like deck profiles and openings. I've got a really cool opening series coming up. So if you do want to see that, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, all of that good stuff to let me know this video was of value to you. That's all I've got for this episode though. So I will catch you in the next one.